Hello, my name is Morten. I'm a Ducati Desert X owner from Denmark. I am next week 63 years old, and I gave myself the Ducati in 60-year-old birthday present 3 years ago. 86,000 kilometers until now. I had a plan about 100,000 in the 3 seasons, but I had a really bad accident in the middle of last season. Help! A little smooth blow, som man kan se. Progress. That was really not good. But I'm back. I've been like training and done everything I could for the last 8 months to be back. So I'm very happy about that. But I'm here to share with you my experience on the Ducati Desert X. I've been riding bikes since I was 18, primarily road bikes. It's 10 years ago I started to do off-roading. I have a GS 1200, an old one, and an old Kawasaki as well. But before I start, I know a lot of people will ask, what have you done to the bike? What is this? It's oilskin. Yes, that's my style. You can call it whatever you want, stupid, anything. I like it. Underneath the oilskin, which are glued on the Ducati bike, there's a full decal set because I didn't want. I think it was really beautiful white, but I wanted to make it my own style. And after a year, I changed it to my personal oilskin style. I have an old GS as well, Mumi. She was a start, and the concept is it looks like shit. I'm not a polisher. I'm a maintainer. I've been riding bike since I was 18, and before that on a moped. I'm sick and tired of polishing. We can only go one way and get more and more damaged. So I took care of all that. There's nothing to polish. But I aim to have all the techniques like perfect. All the technical stuff that's my aim at the least. It's going to be a long video because I've done a lot of things here. But I'll start with a brake disc rotors. I had 5 of them in warranty. And you know the thing, it's when you're braking, and it just kept on going. And they changed the rim so I had a new front rim and 5 rotors. And it still didn't fix the problem. But now we mounted some EBC, I think, which are not Ducati. Now it's working. But on warranty, I have those 5 brake discs. I have a front rim and a rear shock absorber because the bearing needed oil, so it was rusty and shit, and it was tweaking. But at 60,000 kilometers, I had a new gearbox. It started to have a little whining. It's difficult to replicate with my mouth, but it had a sound, which was not in 6th gear only. But I had a totally new gear case. But I had a totally new gearbox and warranty. The bike here is a birthday present, like I said, for myself. 86,000 kilometers. Overall, perfect. I really mean that. Perfect. It never ever let me down. I had some troubles, of course, but it's overall wow. And this is the first adventure bike done by Ducati. Thumbs up. A big 10. Wow. You succeed about that. My riding the 86,000 kilometers is about 50-50, like maybe a little more to the off-road side. Primarily in Europe, in Eastern Europe, and in Morocco, I've been riding. So 5 brake disc, a new front rim, rear shock absorber, and the gearbox on warranty. No problem. Of course, it's a problem, but they fixed it. There's a little sensor on the left side, a temperature sensor or cooling sensor. I think I had 3 episodes. Everything is working except the cooling. And I just took it off and cleaned it and put it in again. Of course, I changed the OEM chain and sprockets because the chain at the least was really fucked. 12,000 kilometers, it was gone. So I used this chain instead. I just mounted the 4th set of these. I am on 27,000 kilometers for the longest, and I think 23 for the. But I'm using a lot of energy to maintain that chain. The biggest mod I've done is definitely the suspension. My only regret isn't why didn't I do that earlier, because that's a huge difference. I bought the Tractive Extreme It's about 45,000 kilometers when I put it on, and it's like, I think I can go like 15% faster in curvy tarmac and maybe 20% faster and safer in off-road environment. Wow, that's really something. And I put on bar tubeless rims. I'm really, yeah, that's my thing. But I'm really into tubeless, even at adventure riding. And without jinxing myself, I had one puncture in 120,000 kilometers. That's including the Ducati and my BMW. So that's why I bought the bar tubeless, and I haven't regretted that at all. The main reason was you can go down to 0.8 bars without smashing the rim. I bought a high fender kit from Altrider. Really nice kit, no problems, except that the fender which came with the kit was too small. So it totally clogged up the cooler with mud at my first ride. This was really good, but the fender who came with the kit was really not good. So this is an original Ducati from the rally version. I just made a new mount underneath. It's mounted inside the center pipe of the front fork triangle. Cooling protection from Iconic parts. I have this part as well from Iconic. I can see on the new crash bar set, there's an OEM from Ducati. Both ways, I put some rubber there because it has a tendency when the two metal parts meet each other, there'll be vibrations. Avotech protection for brake calipers. ABS sensor protector from Wunderlich. Auxiliary lights from Ruby. Don't ask me why I got them from there, but they are connected to the horn. Really, really effective. I'm not sure if it's legal. I mounted them close to the crash bar, and actually I only crashed one in my time here, so they are a little protected underneath there. OEM front light protector. And I have these protectors for this upper part of the front fork. It's just 3D printed, and it's from Müller Motorsport, where I bought my steering damper. Actually, he have the file for free to download, so if you know someone who can 3D print. Because I had one of the first models, I used the OEM crash bars, and actually 4 pairs. This is my 4th pair. Due to damages, that's what they're there for. Anyway, I welded those small eyes on here. As you can see, they're fitting perfectly to the straps. I have my emergency kit sitting here. At the rear side, I only have one. I hang my neck brace here when I'm riding tarmac. So I just strap it. I changed the mudguard to the stronger and extended version, but I don't know what happened at Ducati because this is a plastic protection for the switch to the side stand. It's not on the strong one. So I took it from the original one and drilled some holes and bolted it here. Really effective, actually. By the way, I destroyed the switch 2 times. I managed to disconnect it, no problem. But now it's well protected. I don't understand why Ducati didn't figure that out themselves. Next really strange thing is the gear lever. I think it's the only bike I owned who have only 2 adjustments. So I made a 3rd one here. Pretty simple, yeah. And actually, I changed the bolt here because I hate when things are slacking. And the slack started there. So I just changed this bolt. And it's the same for the brake pedal, just as you know. It's a cheap fix and it's really working. Because this is my 2nd pedal. The first one looked like this. It's worn out. Maybe I can change the rubber. I don't know. One of the first mods I did was these pivot pegs. Really, really solid stuff. And when you don't have the techniques like me, it's a really, really good help. But as said, I'm an old man. So last year I mounted these. These are for resting the heels. Because, 8-10 hours a day, I'm an old man. This is really, really good for my legs. It's a Norwegian product, I think. Twin pegs. And here I have my chain slack solution with the leather strap. Someone called it bizarre. I won't comment on that, but it's working. The extension plate for the side stand is from Wunderlich. The Chainguard is an OEM Ducati. This is the second one. The first one crashed. The only problem was actually that the holes here started to get a little bigger, if you know what I mean. So it started to make a sound. Hate that. A heavy chain slider from B&B Off-Road. This seat was also an early mod because the original seat is, in my opinion, not really good. It's way too soft. I really have pain in my butt when riding. Maybe that's due to the heat from the engine. This is my first Ducati, so I'm not used to that. It's getting very hot. But I changed it for this Wunderlicht comfort seat. Again, I was early, so the product line was very limited. It's a very nice seat, very good for long stints. It's a hard one, fits perfect for my butt. And in the summer, I run with this cool cover. It's helping for the ass not to sweat. Change the muffler. There's an arrow, and I, of course, make the decat. That's, yeah, just with a pipe. I think it's from VSR or something. And this one, yeah, it looks like shit, but it was melting the signal. So now it's not doing that anymore. I changed this plastic one time as well. I think it broke. ABS center protector from Wunderlicht. Another thing I'm struggling with, if you can say so, is the rear caliper. It's like it won't slip, so it's doing. Listen to that. If I clean them, and really, I had the pistons out, cleaned them totally, and new pads. 1 or 2 days, this shit starts again. But maybe the disc is at the point where I need a new one. Reservoir protector for the brake fluid and protector for the brake master from Plunim or something. I don't remember. Sorry about that. My cockpit looks like this. One of the first mods was this steering damper with some brackets from Müller. This was a really, really big difference. I'm close to saying that the original one from Ducati is not working at all. It has like no effect. This one has. Yeah, I have this from Wunderlicht. I have a little pouch hanging here while I'm riding. Puppy grips. The OEM Enduro version of the handguards was a disgrace. One small crash in grass and they were broken. So I bought these Barkbuster Storm, and this is a winter edition. It's called Blizzard. It's a Barkbuster product. In early and late season, I use this just to take the wind away from the hands. And they can be like dismounted in minutes. Double take foldable mirrors. Behind the glass, I have this little bag from Wunderlicht. It's really practical, actually. It's not waterproof, but... And I made this for the Innov camera, a dashboard cam, and I put this little rubber thing because it was shaking. This is the electronics to the camera unit. But this, I think it's from an exhaust or something. It's working. It doesn't look very elegant, but it's not supposed to. Underneath here, I have a flute. It's supposed to scare deers and animals in the forest when I'm making a high level sound. The Innov is a dash cam, so every time I turn on the ignition, it starts recording in front and rear. And I have this little box here, which can do not many things, but at least one. There's this little button. If you push that at a moment where something has happened, it will take the current file and put in a special folder. So when you come home, it's easy to find. I have a 1 terabyte SSD card. That's 5 full days of writing. Underneath is utility lights on off and have different modes. And this is a remote control for my Android-based navigator. It's not here now, it's sitting here. Because in the center, and as you can see, I send out the dashboard. This is my 7-year-old Garmin Sumo, but it's still working. This is just an outlet from the original on the side. And I have some grips, of course, some short grips. I don't remember the brand. Wind buffering. Oh wow, I'm so tired of that. I always forgot it actually. But as you see, I've done my fair share. I also have a really cool decoration because it's changing due to wind, wind direction, altitude, helmet, everything. It's always changing. After those so many kilometers, now I fixed it. No, I hadn't. And then it's gone, and then it's there. I learned to live with it. That's the way it is. And this is a luggage rack from B&B Off-Road. So you have a little space underneath here, and I have these straps to pull it out when I have problems. As you can see, I'm using Moscow Moto, and these are mounted so I can get to them without taking off the luggage. I have a tactic when I'm traveling, when I'm maintaining the chain with the 180 Newton meter. I made some marks. I'm aligning them sometimes so I know how much it's going without to have this really big tool set. Talking about traveling, I have made this. Yeah, with all those foot pegs, it's a little difficult, but it's doable. I screw it in until this bolt is flush with the backside. And then I put this one on. It's an old crutch. And then to the other side, slide the bike up, and it's there, and you can rotate the wheel. And for loosen and tighten the nut, I have this. No, it's not aluminum. It's totally iron, and it might weigh a little, but I don't care. It's working. And I forgot to say I changed the clutch plates around 50,000 kilometers. No big deal. That was a little round trip of my Ducati Desert X. I probably forgot something. Feel free to ask if there's anything.